What's up, WWE Champions Universe? It's Lee and Rusty from Champions Chat. We're hanging out live on Twitch with 61 of our very, very best friends. And Rusty, we are power rating someone. Who do you want to power rate tonight? Who do you want to talk about?
Well, I was going to say Zombie Cody, but that's not who it is. It's another powerhouse. It's ZM Punk.
That's right.
Best in the Underworld.
Yes. And he is really, really good. He's a rare 3000 unlock shard recruit for a S tier plus character. But, you know, we got some things. And let me address it real quick because it came out today. We do have the new maxed out Zombies SummerSlam 2024 moment. And we'll take a look at it later in the stream on a number of other people. But let me just say, it literally is designed around CM Punk. Like, most of the things on this are not really anything that excites me for any other person that's on this list, to be honest.
How dare you say that about a new moment, sir? How dare you not be enthusiastic, as the Dutch say?
I think I'm enthusiastic.
50% more damage to red gems. Thank you, Zombie Cody says.
Yes, and we did just power rate Zombie Cody, so that does make him even a little more better. But X-Break gems do 150% more damage. That's a big one. And 50% more on red gems for CM Punk. That's a big one. Receive 50 less percent damage from all colored gems. That's a pretty big one. And it's a universal moment. So we got it. We're going to talk about it. I'm going to do some things to nerf it as needed just so we can kind of see what he does without it. But here's how we're going to run him. Now, he has a lot of different movesets. I mean, really versatile character. One of them is the definitive moveset, I believe, for the power rating because it just ticks all the boxes. It's super fast. I mean, this is a go-to setup. It is the 5 MP red bite. Deal damage, increase your purple MP by 10. And it's that wonderful reversal move. So if they try to sub you, you will steal 36 million health from them, which is just so fun, right?
Suffocation.
Wow. Yes.
What was that song? Suffocation. Never mind.
No breathing.
No breathing. I'll stop.
Oh, okay.
I won't take us there.
Yes. Poor Z-Liv does need a moment. She needs a better moment than this one, though. If there were yellow gems on there, because that would have made sense for LA Knight and her. Anyway, and the 5 MP, welcome to the Underworld. Deal damage, make 35 random gems into X-Break, and then it's hard for me to say this one without doing the song, let the bodies hit the floor. Deal damage.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Deal damage, increase the damage of all your gems by 450% for one turn. Then deal damage, and I'm going to talk about the move damage here in a second because those two numbers are not small. Destroy 35 random X-Break gems. So kind of a, closest comparison is Muda to me. He's like a Muda mixed with an X-Break guy, just the way he's set up, but he can get it done pretty fast with this. Entourage, you just need one red MP person. There's 3 of them in the game that do 4 red MP. Pick yours because it's 5 MPs to get him loaded, and the red move loads the purple move, so you don't need to worry about its MP. That's all you need in all modes, minus any debuffs to get going. Cora Jade gives you X-Break gems do 75% more damage. Omos gives you X-Break gems do 100% more damage. And you could certainly run DDP in Cora's spot, and you could run Zombie Kane in Captain Lou's spot. But I like Captain Lou. Purple finishers do 50% more damage. So that means before we look at plates and all that stuff, he's doing 2.5 and then 5 million damage on the move damage. And then we're going to run a 50% gem damage strap. And we're going to run Double Fury 2 with a 200% purple move metal. I am not running any plates. I'm not running any rare entourage whatsoever at this point. I am running him as cold and calculated as you can. The only thing on him is the moment. I'll run it back because it's going to go fast. I'll run it back without Cora and Omos just so you can see what he'd be roughly without the moment. And then we're going to add some plates for funsies even though he doesn't need them. So, sound good, Rusty?
Yeah, and don't let the moment trip you up, friends. When we talk about readiness, we don't think he needs this moment, but here we are. We've got to
It's
use it because
there.
it's on the account.
Yep, can't take it off. We gotta, but I can work around it. So watch his health. He's got 50 million. We're gonna hit the X breaks on here again. You could throw out DDP that would make more X breaks, but Korra does 75% per, so my preference. Then I'm not going to be able to show you the buff because it does it automatically, but it's going to buff all of our gems by 450%. It's going to do 15 million move damage plus your gem damage. So you'll see something here in just a second, and it's pretty sweet. That was 61 million, almost naked, so to speak. No special things, right? No special things. 61 million.
Very impressive.
Yeah, it's super quick. Super quick. He's got more things. I don't have Twitch app. Sting is rare. You're right. He was the first one I saw. Use Butch. Just translate that over to Butch for your roster.
Bushwhacker.
Yeah. So now I'm going to run him real quick with the moment, but without Omos and without Korra, just so you can see what that will look like. This is actually going to nerf him a little bit farther than the moment itself, because the moment's 150. Well, actually, it's still fair because it's 150 for the X break, and I just took away 175%. But then it's 50% for the red gems, but not every gem is going to be red. So this is the closest I can get. It's closest I can get to him. Oh yeah, you can still get Sting for $10, Merrick says, and I would just for the nostalgia, or just to have lots of red MP trainers because you could always use those. And look at the speed on this. You don't touch the board. It's literally 3 clicks. Just boom, 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 done. And he's knocked out. It's 45 million plus 15 million move damage, so it's 60 million. With nothing, including the moment on him. Or with the moment, but would have been Korra and the other. And the other one did 60 million gem damage plus 15 million. So, boom. Oh, I'm starting to sound like Merrick's. I'm sorry.
So
me too.
Now, let me refresh my memory, Lee. This is outside of Rizar. This is probably the new or the best X break gem.
Yeah.
Or even one that utilizes it well. Because it feels like that's always required in some capacity, and I never have a good person that does it, or at least leveled up. Or are there a lot that make X break gems? I was thinking about
Rizar and Acro Warrior. That's about
Acro Warrior.
Your best
I think
ones.
Roman's triple green
Yeah.
setup.
No, that's Crossbreak.
Is it Crossbreak? Then no, I think it's X.
No, it does fall into X break. Yeah, it's the red blue combination does that.
Yeah, so X breaks have been kind of an undersupported mechanic, at least in my opinion.
Yep, I agree. I agree. In fact, I said that on his videos. Like, there's so few that are using X breaks, but. Yeah, well, let's look at a couple tricks you can do on them. I'm going to show 2 different plate combinations. One is the Bianca's Braid Blade, which I literally bought off the prize wall instead of the LA Bite plate, just in case I get this guy. So I'm taking a gamble on the future. Whenever you make 6 or more X-Break gems, increase all of your gem damage by 100% for 2 turns. Keep in mind, we already showed what we're going to power rate. With him, with nothing on him but basic trainers, he can hit 60 million pretty easy. And then the Underdog Story. It does take a little bit longer, but whenever you break 4 black gems, generate 10 random red gems at the end of your turn. So it buffs, your buff does all gem colors, but that throws out your primary color, and you're only needing to break 4, which is almost guaranteed with an X-Break setup. I mean, I don't know how you would not have 4 gems on there. And it's buffing them another 100%, so... Don't blink is going to be done quick. So this is the first you've seen him, Rusty?
Yep. Yeah, I just have... We've been hosting a conference this week, and I've not got to see gameplay of CM Punk or Werewolf Zombie. Werewolf
Ozzy.
Sorry.
Controversial figure, Werewolf Ozzy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 99 million. And it took 15, 20 seconds tops. 99 million. So there you go. Gumsy says, Merrick says, anything over 2 clicks is not good. Sorry, Gumsy.
No, come on.
Oh, that's awesome. All right, one other way I want to run him, and then we'll go straight to power rating because he's super. I mean, this is all just vanity at this point. I really, really, really like the Unbreakable Crown on him. You can run the Unbreakable Crown into the Ninja Turtle plate and play those two off each other, but realistically, you're just throwing out as many gems as you can because it does, the buff on all gems. So whenever you break 7 or more yellow gems, generate 20 random. You are hoping that there's yellow gems on the board, 7 of them specifically, but as long as there's 7 gems on the board, it's going to go off. And my goodness, usually there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, there's enough on here. So don't blink again. This one takes a little bit longer just because of the resolve on the plates, but it is super spicy. And there's not really a good place for your Unbreakable Crown other than this, if that's the plate you got. I mean, May and...
That's Mae Young, right? Just to clarify, that's the Mae Young plate?
That's the Mae Young plate. Yep. And also 99 million, give or take. So both plates, the Braid Blade or the Unbreakable Crown, if you got either of them, you got 100 million hit, Punk. You got one Bill Phil in the house right there.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, the braid is that's pretty high end, pretty rare, and I'm saying that as someone who doesn't have one. I'm a lot more optimistic about the Crown and the damage and the price that it's been offered for the last 2 months. So that's great. If someone were to shard recruit or pull CM Punk this weekend, that's a great point of entry for a lot of damage.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he does 60 million with almost nothing, needed other than, Omos. Maybe you don't have Omos, but he's pretty out there. He's pretty available at this point. So, I mean, I think the character himself is super rare, but what he needs... almost nothing. So
I like that.
We're going to...
To me, that means if someone gets lucky from a bag pull or has just a great loot, right? Maybe they bought a 7 pull for $20 and they get him. He's ready right out of the box, ready to be at the top of their roster and carry them to the next level in the game. I love that. I
do too. I think that is phenomenal. I mean... I don't like how unavailable his shards are, being honest, but I love him, and he's going to scale well. He's going to scale super well.
I just posted in the chat, there are 120 shards of Zombie CM Punk available in the boss shop with 2 refreshes. So don't sleep on that, friend.
All right. I think I've got that in-game cash. I hope so. I save it for the boss weekend, so we'll see. But, all right, so power rating. If you're new to our power rating system, we do 5 metrics that we think boil down to what they do to make a character actually work well and what balances a character on your roster. Typically, we say there are 2 objective metrics, which is power and speed. It's just purely, did it hit this or did it not? However, I will note on the zombies this month, in order to keep parity, to keep them all the same, we have to give a 5 to the entourage ability because every zombie this month has the exact same ability, just in a different color. And we agreed across multiple of these power ratings that we weren't going to penalize one color over another color or one gem type over another gem type if they're doing characters where it just does the same thing with just that small swap. So there's 3 of these ratings that will be objective on this one, 2 that we're going to have you weigh in on. First one is power. For 5 points on the power rating system, you would need to do equal to 100% or more of the current meta's top end damage, which we agreed a long time ago together that 6-star gold, the beginning of it, not the highest end, but where it starts, is 60 million. And he did easily 60 million with nothing. I mean, with nothing. Easily 60 million. But it was right there with nothing. And then it definitely went up from there. So he's a 5 in power. He's a 5 on entourage. Gotta keep parity. 5 there. And on speed, at least 2 of the following need to be true. For a 5, his MP charge would need to be 6 or less, and that means the move that starts everything off, if it charges the others, which this does, it's 5 MP. So 6 or less qualifies. The moves recycle flawlessly. I mean, X-Break breaks the entire board. There's almost no way you're not going to recycle, so that's true. Animations are quick, absolutely. Win under 45 seconds. I think it was 20 seconds, give or take, with the 3 clicks. Maybe even less than that. So all of these are true. So he is a 5. So we're already 3 out of 5 done, and he's so far got a perfect score here. But, Rusty, we got versatility. What does versatility mean, Rusty?
Well, as I get the poll set up and I'm thinking about versatility, that means...
Oh, sorry, readiness. Readiness. My apologies. Go readiness first. My bad.
Readiness is... That gives language to what I was saying earlier, that he's right out of the box. If you pull him today, you don't need anything to play him at his best levels, other than the resource it takes to build him up, coin and TP. Right. It typically means very few rare things, very few rare trainer, entourage, plate, strap needed, because that's all built into the superstar, and typically our S+ tier superstars should have more built into them. They should have lower MP. They should hit harder. They should do things that B tier superstars do not do. They should just be ready.
Ready already. That's right. So for a 5 on readiness, before Rusty launches the flash poll, lightning poll, the character would need 0 or 1 special thing to get them loaded. That's a plate, a gear, a moment, or a rare trainer to make them work well. We showed him with nothing. Again, yes, he has the moment on there, but we nerfed it as best we absolutely could with the basic trainers being removed. So that was 0 things. You can add a lot of things to him to make him work even better, but it was 0 things. So, I mean, let's launch the poll. But I'm giving you a thought on this.
All right, the poll is live, and I'll just add that disclaimer to what Lee said of don't be deceived just because we have the candy store account with the moment baked into it. He didn't need the moment, and we took the entourage off to simulate the lack of moment. And he's still smacking for what? 16 to 90 Crazy million. Dina. Hey, Crazy Dina. Great to have you in the chat tonight. I'm gonna vote. I like to vote. I'm voting 5. And I don't vote 5 for readiness very often. So I
it
think
is
that
very rare.
Yeah.
Merrick says in the chat, 50% strap, no plate, no moment, was doing 65 million. That's a pretty wild thing. And I agree. Yeah, this is, in my opinion, he's up there, maybe tied, but right in there for the best powerhouse in the game. I mean,
almost as good as Zombie Bailey, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm super biased because
I noticed
needs nothing. She needs nothing, and she's cracking skulls. It's incredible. I love her.
Yep, I absolutely agree. Well, we're on track for a top marks here for our first powerhouse to be 25, maybe, because Discord agrees, is 100% unanimous that he is a 5, and I'm not trying to lead us to anything with that, but I don't know how you see it anything other than that.
Just because it's election season, we're not politicking here for a certain vote. Like
that's stumping for a 5.
Yeah, we just want you to vote with your intelligence, and as you see it fitting for our category. This has nothing to do with the American elections. This has to do with our power ratings only and exclusively.
Agreed.
But yeah, we're bound to have super rare S+ tier people get really high scores. If they do, it means the power ratings are working and the devs are doing something really good with characters in the game. I would think.
Right. Yep. Yep. I would think so too. If they release an S plus tier character that is way under, like if there was an S plus tier under 20 on the power rating, I'd be like, whoa, what was wrong with that guy? Anyway, but
Right.
yeah, or gal, I should say. But versatility. So versatility means for a 5, characters competitively usable in feud, boss, and showdown. And the character has a special gem type that helps with boss extreme rules, gem mania. We really need to take that off there. Also, hey, what's up, JD Nash? JD Nash just entered the document and is helping us manage this thing so that you can see this wonderful ranking summary right here with all the sortable stuff. This is JD. JD does amazing stuff for this power ratings community. So thank you. For a 4, character be competitively usable in 2 modes, feud, boss, and showdown, and still needs the special gem type. For a 3, character's only really usable in one of those competitive modes, feud, boss, or showdown, but maybe a sleeper in boss. And for a 2, character's not strong in any competitive format. So, Rusty, take it from there.
Yeah, so versatility, like Lee said, as I get the poll ready, is how quickly and how often you reach for a character, right? Do you reach for them in all situations? And the poll is live, but what you got to do is click in the chat. You got to go to the top, the pin in the chat, click the number, and then click vote. I'm not sure if the vote is. Okay, now it's working. There were no votes coming in, which is super rare for a lightning poll. Now the votes are coming in. So, for those of you putting a 4, I would ask, what format would you not take this superstar into?
Right.
Because I mean, he's gonna crush boss.
Right.
He's gonna crush showdown. He's gonna crush feud.
Right.
Gym Mania, he's making, a gym type, special gym. He's flooding the board.
Right.
I'm not sure as to some of the 3 and 4 votes. Why they would say I'm going to choose Zombie Cody over CM Punk for this showdown, or I'm going to
right.
I'm going to use Cody as just kind of the token powerhouse, right? The one that we love, and the one that he's kind of the Dallas Cowboys of champions. It's like, very polarizing character that people love to talk about, love to love, love to hate. So,
well, I would say, to your point, why would you not use him in Showdown? Anybody, I mean, the biggest thing with Showdown is getting started with your MP as quickly as possible. We can't account for what color they're going to nerf or not nerf, because that's always a random. But anybody who's doing 1 to 5 MP charges, I mean, 5 MP literally means with 1 trainer and the 1 MP you get for the start of your turn, you're loaded turn 1 no matter what, unless there's a debuff, but we can't account for debuffs. So he's going to work great in Showdown. Feud, yes. I mean, 20-25 second win. Yeah, he's going to be one of my if I get him, he'll be one of my fastest feuding characters. Boss battle, I mean, again, it would take X-Break gems very specifically being the thing that they buff up. He doesn't, with that moveset, create a specific color. He does have a moveset that creates greens, and a lot of them, but it hits hard, but it takes a very long time, and it's all choose. So even with that, the boss, maybe not. That would be the only place I would argue a 4, but both of our chats are pretty dominantly saying 5. It looks
well,
like.
Lee,
So.
you're very persuasive, because Brother Ray said you got a point. I'm changing my vote from 4 to 5, right? So
Nice.
And also, let me just say this: insert a mental note, and for the chat, keep reminding us about this. We've got to circle back and power rate relentless Kevin Owens.
I know.
Like he is always talked about. Every time a powerhouse comes up, his name is always thrown on the table as Kevin Owens is still better. So like we've got to put it to the test and really give him a score, right? And have the community help us do that.
I agree. I mean, and I don't have Relentless KO in my roster, so I absolutely forget that he exists, and that is on me. So if you ever hear me say there's not a good powerhouse, keep in mind there's just a wall in my brain. Maybe it's protecting me from the trauma of not getting him, but I don't even think about the fact that Relentless KO exists, to be quite honest. Right. So that's on me. That's on me. But this makes CM Punk our first perfect powerhouse. If we go to the male visual,
friends,
King of the category.
The crown goes to you, CM Punk. Charles Michelson Punk.
That's right. And to be quite honest, it's not even close, because whereas the Acros, Jacob was our first ever, but Muda's right behind him. We still don't have a top Showboat 25 out of 25, but Vader is right there. He is right there. And then, LA Knight, there's not anybody close. So this one is like, it's 25 for him, and then it just drops all the way down, as if this is bad, to 22. So King of the category. Rusty, take us out on this one.
Well, we do this every Friday night on the Champions Twitch account, and we'd love for you to enter the chat, cast your vote, and help us get it right. Do you agree with our score or not? Let us know in the comments, because if there's something we need to circle back on before Two Bob creates a video refuting us, let us know, and we'll catch it ahead of time, and you can really help us out, friends. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.
Is that still in?